Hi everybody. Welcome to another week of Makers Monday. I am Anastasia Redloff, aka Stampin' Blondie, and I'm so excited to be back live with you here after my 2-week long vacation. So let me just make sure that I'm live here on Facebook. If you're following along and watching me, make sure to comment, say hi. Let me know where you're joining me from. It's always fun to see where everybody is joining me from each week. So it looks like I'm live here on Facebook, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm also live here on YouTube as well, so if you are watching me via YouTube, make sure to comment. It's great to see that you're watching me this week. If you're watching this via replay, make sure to comment replay and let me know that you were able to join in. Now, I hope you guys all had an amazing past 2 weeks. Hi, Andrea from a sweltering Michigan. I know all about sweltering right now. It is currently, let's see, it is 102 in Tucson today. And later this week, it's gonna be about 110, 111. So I definitely totally understand sweltering right now. I get it. Hi, Mom. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Janice. It is so great to be back with everybody. And I am excited to show you some of my swap projects that I received 2 weeks ago at the St. George Stampin' Up! Top Demonstrator event. Now, if you followed me along for the past year, you will have known that in August of 2021, I earned my very first incentive trip through Stampin' Up! Lots of hard work and all of your support helped me reach that goal. But unfortunately, in October of 2021, my incentive trip was canceled due to COVID. While Stampin' Up! Gave us gifts for the event and they did give us a cash prize, I still wanted to be able to gather with other demonstrators and go to a face-to-face event for the first time in almost 3 years. So a top demonstrator, Rhonda Wade, put together an event in St. George, Utah for 80 of Stampin' Up's top demonstrators. We had such a great time where we swapped projects. We were able to enjoy each other's company. Of course, what is a Stampin' Up! Event without some stamping, and just be able to enjoy each other's company. I hiked Zion National Park with 5 other demonstrators. I visited a market that was set in the Red Rocks where there was an amphitheater, and it was just such an amazing trip. So today, I'm going to go over some of my favorite projects from our swap that we had. Now, I had to create 78 of the same exact project to swap with other demonstrators, and I received 78 other projects in return. So it was a great time to be able to see how different stamps are used and to be able to see the amazing creativity of these top demonstrators. So hi Sarah, hi Kathy, hi Mary, thank you all for welcoming me back. I'm so excited. Andrea, you do not have to complain. No matter where you live, it's hot. So I'm sure it's hot in where you are in Michigan as well. Hot is relative to all of us. So definitely hot here in Tucson and probably in Michigan as well. All right, so before I jump into my swap projects, I have 2 announcements of upcoming deadlines for events and classes. You may have seen them on my Facebook page or my newsletter if you receive my newsletter. The deadline for these events is coming up this week or next week, so I want to make sure that I got that out to everybody before they expire. So I do not have a prize patrol this week to show you guys. There will be a prize patrol. So I did not grab one quick enough to be able to come on here, but there will be a prize patrol. So if you are not too familiar with what prize patrol is, each week I give a prize away for sharing my video. So all you have to do is comment that you shared, obviously share the video, and then you'll be entered into this week's prize patrol. It is a surprise, so I don't have it to show, but I will get a prize patrol for this week out. All right, now these cards, if you are one of those top demonstrators that went to St. George with me, and I am not showing your swap card today, it's not because I did not like it. I do not have time to go through 78 different swap cards here on Facebook, so If you're watching, please don't feel like your card was not up to par. It was. I loved all of them. I just grabbed a few that I really liked and I wanted to show everybody. So just a little disclaimer, if you were at the event and your card is not shown, it's not because I don't like it. I promise I love it. All right, let's go ahead and swap the camera. I'll go over the 2 upcoming classes and then we'll get right into those swap cards. All right, here we go. So the first one is my June card class. Now this is a card class to go. This is co-hosted by Sweet Paper Studios, Lisa Hardy from Sweet Paper Studios. She is a demonstrator located in Canada. So no matter where you live in North America, you can craft with us. Now this class features 8 projects with 4 different designs to each of those designs, featuring the Happiness Abounds bundle. So I wanted to show you, here's what the stamp set looks like, Happiness Abounds. This is from the annual catalog that just debuted last month. It is a perfect set because not only does it have sentiments, but it has images as well. My #1 thing that I love about stamp sets is when they have both combined into one. We'll also be featuring the Hues of Happiness Designer Series paper, and you'll receive some other goodies in your class kit. Now I wanted to just give you a quick sneak peek of my 2 projects that I designed for this class. The deadline to register for this event is the 16th, which I think is Thursday. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the 16th is Thursday. So my 2 projects that I created for this event are right here. So we have some fun projects, bright, bold. I love them. Perfect for summer crafting. We've got some fun, hot temperatures outside, and we have some fun projects with our cards inside to be able to create. So Happiness Abounds. The link to register or learn more about this class will be posted in the link to the description of this video once I'm done here today. So deadline to register is June 16th. This is a card class to go, so you'll receive a project PDF tutorial. There's not actually an assigned class date. You work on the projects on your own schedule. All right, next up, I announced on Saturday, Summer Stampin' Bingo is coming up July 9th for Tucson, in person July 10th, virtually online. So no matter where you are in the United States, you can play Stampin' Bingo with me. If you've never participated in Stampin' Bingo, it is my customers' #1 favorite event that I host 4 times a year. So we play bingo, the winners receive gift certificates for product of their choice from the catalog. And the deadline to register for this is June 25th. Now, disclaimer, if you are in Tucson, I only have 2 seats left before this sells out. So this is a very, very popular event, so I only have 2 seats. If you're wanting to attend in person, virtual, as many people can attend as they want. So we will be featuring the Sunny Splash stamp set. And this is the stamp set perfect for summer bingo. Again, an images and sentiment stamp set, so all combined in one. And I love these vintage bathing suits. Perfect to create some fun projects with. You can add on the Sunny Splash stamp set to your registration if you'd like. And if you're doing virtual, you'll be able to use this to create the same exact projects that I am for bingo. And then in person, we'll be using this as well for our bingo projects. So Saturday, July 9th is Stampin' Bingo in person. July 10th is virtual Stampin' Bingo. Deadline to register is the 25th of June for no matter which one, but there's only 2 seats left for in-person Stampin' Bingo. Andrew, you should do Stampin' Bingo. Online bingo is so much fun. The link to register and learn more about bingo will be in the description of this video once I'm done here tonight. All right, let's jump into swap cards. So, like I mentioned, I swapped with 78 other demonstrators. I had to create 78 of the same cards. And let me tell you, my Stampin' Blends were in full gear coloring all those projects for them. And I will show you my swap card as well. All right, so I have tabs in the catalog because I want to show you guys the stamp sets that these beautiful projects coordinate. And the first card is this one right here. This features the Bottled Happiness stamp set. And it also features all 5 of the new 22-24 in colors. So we have Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Starry Sky, and there's one, Orchid Oasis. That's the last one. So this is a perfect, easy project because it has a coordinating punch to go with it. It's found here on page 16 of our annual catalog. There is a bundle at the bottom that you can get with the punch and the stamp set coordinated, and you get a 10% discount off that bundle. And this is just such an easy card with the Tea Boutique cards. So they're pre-printed and all you have to do is add this little design on top. Very easy to punch out. Perfect swap card. Very easy, and I love the design of that one. All right, next up, I have to tell you, so I don't feel sometimes like I am a top demonstrator in Stampin' Up. I feel like some of the really high up demonstrators have a huge following, and then there's me, who's just a humble little demonstrator here in Tucson. So when I met this demonstrator, I kind of had a little fangirl moment, but she created this amazing sweet card with the Sweetest Cherries bundle. If you've ever heard of her, Erica Serwin, she is a big inspiration for me, so even demonstrators have big inspirations. And she is such a sweet demonstrator to me. I got a picture with her and I fangirled and I wanted her to sign my swap card. That's how much I loved it. She did not, but I was too scared to ask her that. But this one features Real Red and Parakeet Party with the Sweetest Cherries bundle. Now this is on page 19 of our annual catalog. Again, this is a bundled stamp set and punch. So it has a punch. It is the Cherry Builder punch. And then this stamp set here, I'm actually featuring this in my June Club Craft and Create. Unfortunately, the deadline has passed for that already, but I'm excited to create these with my club members next week at our event. All right, next up is the Sunny Splash stamp set, the one that we are using for Stampin' Bingo. I love this project. Look how fun this is. I love the stamps in the background. They used some ombre effect back here, so you can see it goes from a Tahitian Tide, Bermuda Bay color all the way up to Mango Melody. And then we have these fun little swimsuit here with the stamp set. Very easy to cut out, so there unfortunately is not a punch or a die to go with this, but these are very easy to cut out, just some curved lines there. And then we have some of that in color baker's twine. So that's the Sunny Splash stamp set. That is what we are using for Stampin' Bingo. Now, Andrea, you asked if I would consider doing a class with the Sweetest Cherries. So that was my June Club Craft and Create class. Like I mentioned, the deadline's already passed for that. But I have done a cherries class already with that one. All right, next up is the Happier Than Happy bundle. This is on page 47 of our annual catalog. Now, I have to admit, this did not catch my eye when I was looking through the catalog. This reminded me of like little kid fairy tales and not really my Stampin' style, but when I saw this swap card, I really liked it. It's soft, it's easy, and a very simple project to recreate. Just a strip of the designer series paper. This bear actually does have a die to go along with it, so you can cut out the bear after you stamp it, and then just some stamping in the background. Very easy to create a little addition of some rhinestones, and very simple for a swap card. I love simplicity and how easy this is. So this is the Happier Than Happy bundle. I have a feeling this may make it into my cart the next time I place an order, just because after seeing it, I really liked what it looked like. All right, next up is the Cottage Rose. This is the Abigail Rose bundle. So here is the swap card. This is beautiful. So the Cottage Rose Designer Series paper, or sorry, Abigail Rose Designer Series paper has a vintagey feel to it. So I just got this. I haven't unpacked it from my box yet. I got it while I was on vacation. But this features petal pink with soft succulent paired together. They used the burlap ribbon, which is found here on page 57 of our catalog. And now this Abigail Rose you can get as an entire suite, which means you can get the designer series paper, the stamp set, the dies, and the ribbon all with one item number here in the top left. Or you can get everything individually. So what they did is they stamped onto the burlap ribbon. I'll bring it a little closer so you can see. They stamped on the burlap ribbon. They did some die cutting on Very Vanilla and just used their Stampin' Blends to just highlight certain parts of the roses to make them pop and make it look like it has color to it without actually coloring the whole thing. So this is a great project. I love that. I'm not very into floral images, but I really like this vintagey look of this one. It's very fun to be able to create with. All right, next up is the Wash and Beauty suite. Now this swap card, they did a couple of different techniques here. So the first thing they did is that they embossed vellum cardstock. So if you've never worked with vellum before, it is a semi-transparent paper that when you emboss it, it can be very brittle. But they did a great job of using the timber embossing folder on this one to get some texture along here. Now they also use, I hope you guys can see, I'm gonna tilt it a little bit. They used their scoring tool to score 3 lines along the top and the bottom of the card. So you can use your scoreboard to be able to create textures as well as the folds for your cards. So it's not just the fold in the project, it is also creating this texture to your card. So they used the True Beauty stamp set, stamped in, it looks like Mango Melody and Pear Pizzazz. This is also a bundle that has a coordinating die set on page 67. So here is that card, and Cindy did a great job on this project. I was sitting next to her while she was finishing up her card swaps, and I just really liked the design of this one. I don't have this stamp set, but again, it probably will be added to my card next time. All right, so next up is the Fish and a Wish bundle. Now my roommate, Judy Tuttle, created this project, and here she used some of the fish in Sweet Sorbet, Orchid Oasis, and what she did is that she stamped the fish in one color, then punched them out because it does have a coordinating punch to go with it. This is on page 70 of our catalog. It has a punch to go with it, and then she mixed and matched her different fish on her projects. So very easy. She also used vellum, you can see here, that she stamped onto and added that onto her card with some fun iridescent pearls. These are new in our catalog as well, just to make it look like little bubbles in the water. So this is the Fish and Wish bundle, page 70. It comes with a punch that has 3 different fish sizes and then the stamp set as well. All right, now this one, I like to see how demonstrators use their creativity to be able to bring different mediums into their projects. So this is the Speedy Recovery stamp set, and what they did is they added a little bit of tissue onto their project. So it really brings to life that tissue box from the card, and then it gives it some texture as well. They added the brick embossing folder in the background and just a circle from the Stylish Shapes dies. This is a really fun layout to be able to recreate with different projects. And the Speedy Recovery stamp set, this is on page 76. This is a great stamp set if you're looking to create projects for people that are maybe sick and you want to give them a little pick-me-up card. So again, images and sentiments, one of my favorites, but this, I love how she added the little bit of tissue on there just to give it some fun little pop-up to the little tissue box. All right, we are moving into masculine projects. Now in May, I hosted a He's the Man class, and this stamp set is one that caught my eye right away when the catalog debuted. I love masculine projects that have a pop of color to them. So this has crushed curry in it, along with Cajun craze and soft succulent. So bringing in those colors that aren't your traditional quote manly colors is really fun to be able to create something. Now I picked 2 projects from this suite to be able to show you guys today because they are fancy fold projects. And I am definitely gonna have to figure out how to create these because they caught my eye right away. So here's the first card featuring the He's All That designer series paper, the stamp set, the usual products from the suite, but here is where the magic happens for that card, and I'll show you guys the top view here. So it's kind of like a double Z card, so we have a Z here and a Z there, and it just is perfect because you have your spot to write your little sentiment, and it's just this really fun kind of tri-fold card. So again, like I said, I'm gonna have to figure out how to recreate this one, and maybe I'll do a Technique Tuesday where we have fancy folds for our projects. So there is the first one. Now the second project, again, this is a fun fold as well. So here we go, just kind of the same thing that Z folds, there's the top, but just done in a different style. So you can write your little sentiments right here on the inside. You could maybe tuck a gift card right in there. And this is great because it's just one sheet of cardstock. So you don't even have a folded card in the back. So again, that He's All That designer series paper really comes to life with some crushed curry in here. But this is another fun fold that I'm gonna have to figure out how to do. I'll get my ruler out and we'll do a Technique Tuesday with some fun folds. All right, next up is the Sun Prints. Now I have not done a Facebook Live with this just yet, but I have these products and I can tell you the blues are amazing. They pop against the gray granite, the Pacific Point, Night of Navy, and Starry Sky, all combined together make an amazing product suite. So here is the swap card that they created. They used the Fern 3D embossing folder on here. Now this suite comes with the designer series paper, the stamp set, the dies, and instead of an embellishment, the suite has the Fern 3D embossing folder in it. So you can get one number here, upper left, has all the products in the suite, or you can buy them individually. So this is what they created. Kind of tilt it so you guys can see that 3D embossing folder in the background. Just a couple simple strips of designer series paper with some blue stamping here, and then a simple stamp with a circle die cut right there. It's accented with the blue rhinestones and then a little bit of that linen thread, and it is such an easy card to recreate that definitely packs a punch. And they used Starry Sky for the background. So I love this Sun Prints, and I am excited to do a Facebook Makers Monday Facebook Live with this one. All right, next up is Eclectic Garden. Now I will tell you I do not have this stamp set, but this swap card stood out to me because I know how much time and effort she put into creating this card. Now, Eclectic Garden is found on page 107 of the catalog, and here is the swap card. Now, this is not a shaker card, but I can tell you that lots and lots of time went into creating this project. So we have the base layer of crumb cake. She die cut the basic white frame, used strips of our pop-up foam adhesive to be able to add that frame. There is gold embossing on vellum paper, which embossing on vellum does take some time. She used a die cut piece here with some stamping of Parakeet Party Tahitian Tide, and added some of the Tahitian Tide metallic ribbon, and stamped and die cut all her sentiments. So this card definitely took some time and a lot of effort to put into this one. I loved the way the card looked. And again, this stamp set did not catch my interest when I was going through the catalog at first. But when she added this all together with that embossing, it's beautiful. And you could even, if you were feeling adventurous, step this up and make this into a shaker card as well. So here's the side view of what she did with the foam adhesive strips. But this is a beautiful project, and I really like the way that this one turned out. So I wanted to share that one with you guys. All right, the last swap card is my own. So I created my projects using the Hues of Happiness stamp set. Now, when I first created this project, I actually had a different stamp set in mind. It's called Uniquely Artistic, and my goal was to be able to stamp the image, the flower image, and then in that same stamp, it has a watercolor background, and stamp that on the middle. But as I was halfway through my cards, I realized I grabbed the wrong stamp set, and now I have to hand color 78 swap cards with Stampin' Blends. So my cards feature the Hues of Happiness stamp set, which I showed is my class for June. So this features, I wanted to show you how you can make the same swap card with different designer series paper and how fun it is to create. So here's what my swap card looked like. Now, like I said, I had to hand color 78 swaps with Stampin' Blends. And halfway through, my Stampin' Blends were dying, so I had to use different colors. But I want to show you how simple it is to create one card done totally different ways with different designer series paper. So these are all designs from that designer series paper, and all I did is I cut strips of the paper. I tried to find ones that coordinated with each other, and then I stamped my sentiment and used my blend. So this is actually my favorite one from what is left. I used 3 of the same pieces of designer series paper, but you can see for this one I used 2 different pieces. I tried to keep it along the same lines with the colors. So we've got our pinks and some purples here. My blends, I used Flirty Flamingo while they were still working. I have them on my list to reorder. And then these are the glossy dots. So this one I used yellow. These are purple. And then this was the pool party. There's those are the 3 colored. Oh, there's a pink, but I don't have the pink left anymore. So these were my swaps that I gave out to everybody. They were really fun to create. I loved them, and I hoped everybody else that was there loved them just as much as I loved their swap cards. Now there's one more swap card that I wanted to show you that's actually not in our annual catalog. So starting July, we have our July through December mini catalog, aka our holiday catalog. I've seen it, it's amazing, and my stacks of catalogs will be here this week. But this is a swap card featuring some of the upcoming products that are in that catalog. This is the Splendid Thoughts bundle, or sorry, suite. There's a whole entire suite that goes along with this. And this, I wanted to show you what they used. So I have it and I can show you guys. So this is the Splendid Thoughts stamp set. It has coordinating dies to go with it. I did not grab the dies, I just wanted to show you the stamp set. This has, again, images, sentiments, my favorite thing, and the different fonts. I like to mix and match fonts with my projects. So here is Splendid Thoughts. It also has upcoming this amazing Splendid Day designer series paper. So this paper is metallic on one side, and the other side, just like our other papers, is non-metallic. So we have our first paper here is soft seafoam. So it's metallic, but it's like pearl. So this side is pearl. The fun thing about this with the white embossing is that you can use your blending brushes to change the color of the white to be whatever color you want. If you want it dark, evening evergreen, which is retired, I think. You can change it to whatever color you want. So here's the back side, just a fun soft seafoam. This one is more of like a champagne silver metallic. It's hard to kind of see on the computer. But then the back side, we have just a soft suede kind of look with a crumb cake. Now we get into the fun ones. This is a copper rose gold color designer series paper, and then the back side is this really fun red. We have some pink metallic paper. Again, love pink, so this is going to be fun. And then you have more of the muted on the background. Now these last pieces here, we have more of like a soft seafoam metallic color and then copper rose gold. So they are just more designs on the bottom. This one has some bees in the middle. This does not. And then on your back side, soft sea foam, and then more of that muted tone on the back. So these are all coming in the new July through December mini catalog, but I just wanted to show this simple swap. Very easy to recreate. It has a lot of, I'd say it packs a punch, even though there really is not a lot of pieces to it. So I wanted to show this one, even though it's not in the annual catalog just yet. I can't show you the inside of the July through December mini catalog, but I can show you the swap and the projects and products that she used on that project. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed all of these projects that I received from the Top Demonstrator event that I went to in St. George. I had an amazing time mingling with other demonstrators, getting some ideas for upcoming events that I've got coming up, and learning just more about them as people. It's great to be able to connect with each other once again, and I'm so excited to be able to see them again in August when I attend Stampin' Up's leadership event in New Orleans. I hope you guys all have an amazing week. I'll be back next week with an actual project to work on. Maybe we'll do that Technique Tuesday fancy folds, and I'll get my ruler out and recreate some of those projects. I hope